जैसे कि हम कहते हैं कुछ दिन तो गुजारो गुजरात में, मेरी अपेक्षा है कि आप सब एक बार गुजरात में आएंगे और वहाँ के एक्सपीरियंस को लेंगे तो आपका बार बार वहाँ आने का मन करेगा. I once again wholeheartedly invite all of you for this 69th Filmfare Award in Gujarat. Hope to.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's such an honor to be here today. My heartfelt thank you to the Gujarat, to everyone part of Gujarat tourism for actually making a huge place in their hearts for us at Filmfare and the entire Bollywood fraternity. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Harit Shukla. Thank you for being such a spine and support to Bollywood and, of course, to Brand Filmfare. This is the 69th Filmfare Award. It will be Varun's favorite. It is 69th. And next year will be the 70th, which will be my favorite because 7 is my lucky number. So I'm very thrilled that I'm actually hosting on this absolutely spectacular moment in time, going to Gujarat, celebrating with the land of culture, tradition, and now empowerment and economic growth. It just makes it the best location, because what we are looking for, what is cinema? Cinema is two things. It's culture, is displaying our culture on celluloid, and huge economic growth at the cinema halls. And that is what Gujarat stands for. So ladies and gentlemen, we could not be in a better location than Gift City on the 28th, and of course we have 27th, a two-day event, which is again a first. As Jitesh said, that there are many, many exciting performances. You already heard that there's Ranbir, my boy Varun, my girl Janhvi, there's the lovely Sarah, there is Karthik, there is Karina, and there's of course Ayushman and Manish and myself. And this is also marks the debut of Rohit Gopakumar into the crazy world of Filmfare. I have to say that Rohit has been such a solid force and a force of nature at the Times Group, and for him to helm things for the first time is daunting and exciting in equal measure. But I think he has the absolute support of Team Filmfare, led admirably by Jitesh Pillai. He says with great humility, but 20 years in one organization is no mean feat, ladies and gentlemen. 20 years to run the magazine and an award ceremony. We make movies, and running award shows and a magazine is all the same thing, because you're dealing with fragility all the time. Fragile egos, fragile timelines, and of course fragile deliverables. He's done that with such, I think I would say, with abandon and always with a smile on his face, never showing really what happens behind the scenes. Rohit, I should say that this is your first, and I'd like to tell you about my first. So the reason I started hosting was because of Filmfare Awards. I was then asked by the team of Filmfare in the year 2000 actually. No, 2001, sorry. It was that year that I was asked to host. And of course, I hosted that year as the first time I've ever been on stage hosting any ceremony. And that began my journey as a host. So it's been actually, Jitesh, if it's your 20 years, it's my 22 years of hosting. And subsequently, of course, I've hosted a fair amount, as you might know. And so I have an emotional attachment to the enterprise that is Filmfare. And let's all know and admit that this is the most archived history in history of cinema. It is such an archived award. Winning a Filmfare is really truly going into the archives of Hindi cinema and Indian cinema, because now Filmfare is cutting across all languages. So to have that moment in history is what most creative artists aspire for. And that's what makes Filmfare not just powerful, but exceptionally emotional and special to all the nominees and winners. And of course, like Jitesh said, being so, and I wish that everyone in the industry had the spirit to come and applaud the wonderful talent that wins. Being nominated is a great thing, and everyone should know that. I have been in the industry 25 years. I've only won 2 Filmfare Awards, but yet I applaud the geniuses who have won several others and many more, and I will continue to. No matter what the wins are, no matter what the glories are, it's the participation and the sense of community that Filmfare stands for. And so thank you again to Gujarat Tourism and to Gujarat. And sir, thank you for leading the way. And we're all very excited to be there on the 27th and the 28th. Thank you so much.
Now I turn the mic over to Varun Dhawan. Varun, you want to talk to us about your first ever appearance at the Filmfare Awards, where you were not given tickets, but you came on someone else's ticket?
I actually came on Arpita's ticket, I remember. and Salman Bhai was performing, and I wanted to, and very last minute, I decided to come. Obviously, I didn't know Jitesh back then, and sorry? No, my first performance ever was also Filmfare.
Yeah.
But he's talking when I attended Filmfare for the first time. In 2001, like Karan said, when he hosted for the first time, Janhvi was 4 years old that time. So, you just said I was 4.
You asked me?
I just wanted to know so I can say this joke. But anyway, so which you
It's just getting back to me. Yes, she is 26 years younger than me, and I'm very proud of that fact.
But genuinely, I think when you think about Filmfare, when you think of hosting, obviously you've had Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, you've had Saif Ali Khan, who have done a wonderful job, and Karan Johar as well. I always like get glued to the TV. I used to when Karan used to host, and then now for the last couple of years he's not been hosting. So it's going to be great to see him back on the stage, and he's going to. It's a comeback. It's a comeback. Don't call it a comeback, but it's a comeback of sorts, and he's going to take over the stage in Gujarat. Some censorship rules will be placed, but besides that, it's going to be great because Karan's a great host, a great dost, and if he doesn't like you, he'll be a great ghost also, as in ghost you. But I think just seeing him on stage, it's going to be the most entertaining Filmfare, I think, in the last decade or so. I vouch that this one's going to be the best one.
Varun, tell us about your first performance at Filmfare.
Why didn't you say it?
I remember there was a technical glitch that was your
It's so
best
ironic.
performance.
That year there was Alia, Varun and Sid all debuted, and none of them won the debut award.
We did, yeah.
And it was their first performance. And ironically, Ayushman won.
Yeah, Ayushman, and he
he's
deserved
hosting
it.
this
He
year.
deserved
Of course,
it
it
as
was
well.
fantastic.
I was just excited that I got to perform that year, and you didn't. Alia and Sid didn't perform. Ayushman didn't perform. Did Ayushman perform that
All
year?
three of you performed.
No. You're talking about screen.
Oh, screen, you're.
See, this is the love he has.
I don't know.
But I
everywhere
remember,
that year.
I remember.
You remember.
But there was a glitch, and when I was going for my performance, I've come on stage, the lights are shut, the lights come on, and the music just stopped midway. And bang in front of me, I see Mr. Salman Khan just watching me like that. And I have got so scared because I'm like, music band ho gaya, मैं क्या करूँ, नाचूँ, क्या करूँ? I started sweating. I've gone back. I've told Jitesh, ये क्या हो रहा है? He's like, no, don't worry. People will understand. We'll edit this part or whatever. Don't worry. You start again. And that whole performance, I remember Bhai had just made like eye contact with me, and I had to look into his eyes and dance, which is not easy because I was trying to smile and all, and he, even if he's smiling, he won't smile. So he was just looking at me like. So I didn't know if he liked my performance or no, but I think he did like it eventually. It was? Janhvi was 12 that time. That performance.
Janhvi, tell us about your first association with Filmfare.
Well, firstly, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone in this dais for including me in this celebration of what we all know has been a milestone year for Indian cinema. And I think also a celebration of this amazing state in our country that's given us so much culturally, given us cinema so much. And I, in fact, in the past year, have spent a lot of time in Gujarat. I shot significant bits of our upcoming film, Mr. and Mrs. Mahi, in Ahmedabad. I went for my cricket camp in Baroda. We shot another schedule in Surat. So Gujarat really does feel like home. And I really don't think there's a better place for us to have this Filmfare celebration. And yeah, my first memory of Filmfare, I think, it was actually with Mom. So as everyone knows, Mom wasn't a very outgoing person, but when it came to Filmfare, at home, it was always like a family outing. Like we'd get ready, we'd go, and she was very excited to show me, you know, all of these amazing performances, and I'd pick out her dress. And I remember the first Filmfare that I ever went for, I picked out what she wore. She wore this black gown. तो हाँ मैं हाथ पकड़ के पहुँच जाती थी देखने के लिए सब कुछ. So yeah.
And finally, your first ever performance at Filmfare?
Was also film. My first ever stage performance was also Filmfare, yeah. And it was a lot of fun. I think that's when I actually fell in love with dancing and performing on stage for a live audience. And yeah, that's because you all were so welcoming and so encouraging, and I can't wait to be back on the Filmfare stage.
Genuinely, as artists, when we perform at Filmfare, it's always the best. Like behind the scenes, you don't see how much hard work Anu puts in, or how much of the other, you know, the other editors over there or the other journalists over there help you out from Times Group. And Jitesh is always welcoming and comforting, especially when you're new, you're full of nerves, and even when you've done a few years in this business, you get nervous, you know, just before facing a crowd. And I believe this time in Gujarat, the capacity is of like 10,000 people. Usse bhi zyada. ब्लैक हो जाएगी टिकट्स. बट हम चाहते हैं कि पूरा फुल हाउस हो गुजरात में, मतलब गांधीनगर में एकदम जलसा का मॉल हो, मतलब एकदम मजा आ जाए भाई उधर. हम चाहते हैं वो. और स्पेशली मेरे लिए, मतलब आई genuinely love Gujarat so much that I married a Gujarati. My wife is Gujarati. So it's very exciting. My bhabhi is also Gujarati. Who in Dharma is from Gujarat?
Apurva is from Gujarat. He is my
The
boss.
CEO.
My CEO, my boss is from Gujarat. It's a personal connection.
Everyone's boss is from Gujarat. It's good.
Well, thank you so much for those interesting conversation and amazing laughs. Now I would like to open the forum for the media to ask their questions. But before I do that, I would request all the media representatives to kindly adhere to the following code of conduct. If you have any questions, please raise your hands and we have designated team members who will provide the microphone to you. And while we do appreciate all your queries, we'll kindly request you to focus on today's press conference's agenda. Thank you so much, and the floor is now open. Just raise your hand and one of the team members will give you the
करण
mic.
जी, सो क्या इस बार गुजराती लैंग्वेज में भी हमें
खड़े
आप
होके
होस्ट
बात
करते हुए
कर. खड़े
देखने
हो जा,
को
बहुत
मिलेंगे?
पीछे.
पीछे कैमरा मैं
अच्छा थोड़ा खड़ा हो जा.
आप समझ.
मिडिल में आ जा. No, I want everyone to see him when he asks the question.
करण जी,
करण जी, आप.
गुजराती लैंग्वेज में भी कुछ आपकी झलकियां हमें इस बार देखने को मिलेंगे?
हाँ जी, of course. आप जानते हैं कि हम निर्माता हैं, निर्देशक हैं, तो हम अपनी ऑडियंस को हमेशा we cater to the audiences and the audiences will be from the wonderful lovely Gujarat. तो I'm sure there will be the usage of the language definitely हमारी script में. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sohail here from Instant Bollywood. Congratulations to the entire team and everyone present on the dais. Just wanted to know, like, Filmfare has been organizing within Mumbai only, most of the time. I think so it's almost every time it was in Mumbai. But why did we choose Gujarat this time? It was just because, Gujarat Tourism is the sponsor or maybe some other reason. Next time it can go international also.
Actually, it's not the first time. The first time was in Assam, where Filmfare was held, outside of Mumbai. Actually, maybe the second time, outside of Mumbai. First time, I remember many years ago, it was in Pune. Once we had done, many years ago. And then I think the first ever was outside was Assam and Guwahati. And now it's in Gujarat, the second time. So, doing an event of this nature, there are a lot of requirements. It's just not that we can decide and just go to any city, any state and just do an event of this nature. There are a lot of things required out of, the state, on ground. So for us, for example, Gujarat provides us a fabulous infrastructure. And it's also a market which actually contributes a lot to Bollywood in terms of box office collections and sales. So if you look at the data from box office or even TV viewership or anything, like the Hindi cinema contribution of Gujarat is very, very, very big. And tourism department of Gujarat has been looking at opportunities which can actually connect, businesses like entertainment business like ours with the crowd in Gujarat, plus also take out the essence of Gujarat through entertainment, through the audience outside of Gujarat. So it's actually a great marriage between Filmfare and Gujarat Tourism to take the culture through cinema. Maybe like earlier question, what he was asking, we're going to be putting a lot of cultural nuances in the show, the content integration through the show. We're having some great shots done by a couple of artists out of Gujarat. So all those form the backdrop for Filmfare in Gujarat. So that's how it benefits the state and for us also as a platform. I really hope that because Filmfare I feel, or cinema I feel, is not Mumbai. I think Hindi cinema as a phenomena is national, and I would love to take Filmfare out to other states, other cities to spread, in terms of the entertainment industry itself out of Mumbai itself. That's what we would aim to do, and this is an opportunity for us to be partnering with Gujarat. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Varun, what does award mean to you? And even Janhvi, you can answer later.
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
It means a lot. It means it's some kind of a validation, right, in your career when you work very hard in the year and you put in so much blood, sweat, time, sacrifice, and when all that is done in the end of the year, you're compared to your peers, and hopefully the best person gets it. And Filmfare, like Karan said earlier, that's something which gets recorded in history. Everyone discusses कि ये साल किसने Filmfare जीता था, best actor का, best actress का, or whether it's even in the technical categories. You know, it's very discussed and very revered by us within our fraternity for sure. So it means a big deal. I think it's like you're reaching the top of the mountain.
Janhvi?
Yeah, I mean, like Varun rightly said, I think it just means that someone has appreciated your work, whether it's the jury or whether it's a popular choice award. I think it means a great deal for an artist to be appreciated for the effort that they've put in. And yeah, I think Filmfare has always been a symbol of credibility and something that actors and technicians and filmmakers alike aspire for, that kind of recognition and appreciation. I remember when I first got nominated for a Filmfare for Gunjan Saxena in the Best Actress category, the kind of, I didn't expect it to mean as much as it did, but it really changed the way that, I don't know, I guess having that external validation of people recognizing you made me believe in myself more, and I think that's what awards and specifically Filmfare means to a lot of actors.
I think especially where art is concerned, it's very important because we gauge success through the box office, which is very important because it is a business, you need that income coming in. But sometimes a film is made very well and it doesn't get that desired result at the box office. So when it gets awards, then the film lives on, you know. It really lives on, it gets more legs. The artists and the people behind making that film get so much respect. It empowers them and makes them brave to go ahead and continue making the cinema they want. So in that sense, it's very rewarding for those people. So hats off that you all keep it, that you all going. This is the 69th year. Jitesh, it's your 20th. So it's great that you all are going on and you all are going to keep encouraging Indian cinema.
Thank you.
Karan, it wouldn't be too much if I say that Karan is the best host and host nationally, you know. What do you have to say and how do you look at your second innings with the Filmfare?
My second innings, it hasn't been that long that I have hosted Filmfare. Has it been that long? There was a two, yeah. I actually hosted Filmfare in the year 2020 with Vicky Kaushal. So I'm actually back after 3 years. But thank you, ma'am, for that compliment. I don't consider myself the best in anything I do. I think that we all are creative artists trying to achieve excellence, be it in any sphere. I'm just happy that beyond the periphery of filmmaking, which is producing and directing and curating cinema, I can also get the opportunity to host a talk show or host an award ceremony. It means a lot to me that I've been doing this for over 22 years, and I hope that doesn't stop because it's a great way of connecting to your core audience, and it really keeps me motivated in more ways than one.
Thank you, Karan. Thank you, Varun. And thank you, Janhvi. Thank you, media, for all your questions.